Hey everyone. In the comments on my Sprite lighting video, there was a lot of questions on how to get that same effect with Unity's HD render pipeline. So I'm going to show you how to set it up in Shader Graph and get it in your game. I'll be doing this in my ongoing personal project, so any questions about how I set all this up will likely come with about a year's work. Alright, first let's quickly set our sprite to cast shadows using the debug menu. Remember, this can also be done in code. From the menu, we're going to create a PBR graph shader. PBR stands for physically based rendering. We'll double click and open up Shader Graph. The shader result may be separated based on your version. I'm using 2020.1, so everything is in one node. We're going to create a texture 2D. It's very important that the reference name be _main text, because Unity will have sprites look for this reference by name. We'll then create a node to sample a texture 2D and link our texture to it. In order to get lighting for our sprite, we're going to have to multiply the current part of our texture with the vertex color of the light hitting it. We'll link that multiplied color to the albedo output to get our base color. Then we'll link our texture's alpha to the alpha output. And lastly, we'll set our alpha clip threshold to 0.5 so we have a neat cutout shadow. Back in Unity, if we create a material with our shader selected, it will automatically assign our shader to that material. We can then assign said material to our player, and we have lighting. However, there's still a few problems. Flipping the X on the sprite renderer sets the scale to -1 and shows the missing back face of our sprite. So we'll head back into Shader Graph to sort this out. We can easily fix this by clicking the little cog on the top right of our result and setting our shader to be two-sided. Now when we flip the X, we see the back face of our sprite, but the color's all out of whack. This is because the UVs get swapped around and we're now looking at the unlit side of our object. So let's jump back into Shader Graph and sort this out. What we'll do is make sure the front face is always showing. We'll get the normal vector and set it to the space of our object. Next we'll use a node called isFrontFace and link that to a condition branch. If it's showing the front face, we'll just pass our regular normal vector. Otherwise, we'll multiply it by -1, so our normal is always pointing the same way. We'll organize, and then link this all up to our normal output. Finally, we'll use the cog one last time and set our normal space to be relative to the object itself. And we're all done. Now we can flip our sprite all we want. Again, I did this tutorial in my own game Destiny break. I know there'll be lots of questions on how I set things up, but I don't really want 100 clones of my game. I hope you understand. If the game itself interests you, I might start a devlog on this channel. Leave a comment below if that's content you'd like to see. Otherwise, you can see its progress on my Twitter, also linked below. Cheers.